who shot himself, a.k.a. El Abobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already heard that Keith Thurman is going to be back in the ring this January versus none other than Mario Barrios. Y'all already know Mario Barrios took his L in his last outing versus Gervonta Tank Davis on a pay-per-view event. Mario Barrios going to be fighting back-to-back pay-per-view. Damn, is Mario Barrios a pay-per-view attraction and things of that nature? Anyway, a lot of people is very frustrated with the pay-per-view model, especially the PBC that's putting a lot of pay-per-views. And I understand. Yeah, I understand that a lot of people is frustrated with it. I understand that there's two type of consumers, and I said it in the past on my channel. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I said there's two type of consumers. One that will pay to see a great fight on pay-per-view, the fight that the fans been calling for, right? Earl Spence versus Bud Crawford pay-per-view, a fight like Hey, Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, pay-per-view. A fight like Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Pay-per-view fights, pay-per-view event, right? Worthy. That's the fight that the fans are calling for. Nobody's calling for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. So I understand that type of consumer that don't want to pay for the pay-per-view is gonna be like, man, F that pay-per-view. There ain't no damn pay-per-view fight. Hell no, I'm not gonna be paying for pay-per-view. But there's the other type of consumer that will only pay for the pay-per-view to see their favorite fighters perform. You understand? So you may be like, hey, yo, man, I ain't paying for that fight. But another person be like, well, I'm paying to see Keith Thurman. I mean, I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm a fan of Keith Thurman, and I don't give a damn who he's fighting. I'm going to pay to see my favorite fighter. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, these type of consumers is going to clash. They're going to disrespect one another. Is going to say, like, you don't know boxing and stuff like that. No. You got to respect. If the man and the woman want to pay for that particular fight or that particular event to see their favorite fighter, you can't be mad at them. It's just like, remember, PBC, Al Heyman came from the entertainment business. You understand what I'm trying to say? Big Daddy Kane, Bobby Brown, Jay-Z, and things of that nature. Clean my throat. Now, so I'm gonna give you an example, and I've given this example on my live before. Now, if you like Jay-Z or whatever, or any artist that you like, right, Drake or whatever, you want to see, right? You're gonna see Jay-Z. You're gonna pay the ticket to see Jay-Z. You're gonna pay whatever. Maybe he's performing on paper in a pay-per-view event, and you want to see Jay-Z. You're gonna pay to see Jay-Z, no matter if he's gonna bring out Beanie Siegel, Kanye West, Drake, or Nas or whoever. You're going to pay just to see Jay-Z because he's probably your favorite artist. His catalog is one of the best ever and things of that nature, right? You don't care if he's going to bring guests or not, you're going to pay for it, right? The same thing with a boxer. That's why a lot of people be like, oh, yo, Tank, he tanked on the pay-per-view. Who the hell is going to pay Gervonta to watch Gervonta Tank Davis or Leo Santa Cruz? Gervonta Tank Davis or Isaac Cruz? Gervonta Tank Davis or Mario Barrios? At the end of the day, maybe you see the stadium packed up and maybe people are buying the pay-per-view. Not like the last one because that Tank, right? But anyway, you see people there buying the tickets, celebrities there because they like to see Tank and they're a fan of Tank. They necessarily don't know who the hell was Isaac Cruz. They don't give a damn who Tank was fighting. Thus, with Keith Thurman, who the last time he did a pay-per-view with was a Manny Pacquiao, they don't give a damn. The anticipation of Keith Thurman maybe is the value. And anyway, if he got fans, they're willing to pay to see Keith Thurman, guess what? They're going to pay for it. So in my opinion, there is no right or wrong here because it's just different type of consumers. You don't understand what I'm trying to say? Some people will like soda, but guess what? They like Diet Coke. The other person hate Diet Coke, but they like the real Coke. Other people don't like. Anyway, man, it's just choices here. It's their business. It's not our business. Sometimes we need to stop acting like we run or we got shares in the sport of boxing. We don't. And if you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it. Ain't nobody holding a gun in your head. Not to, you better pay for Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Anyway, now that I got that part out of the way, when we talk about the welterweight division, the prestige division, in which is a very sexy division, man. I'm talking about with the veterans and the upcoming. I'm not trying to say the fighters are sexy. I'm saying it's a sexy division. Get that rainbow thought out your mind. Now, you got Earl Spence. You got Bud Crawford. Two of them just retired. Manny Pacquiao, y'all already know, 8th Division World Champion, 5 lineal, 12-time champion. Y'all already know, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the best karaoke singer of them all. Manny Pacquiao, he goes. He retired. Sean Porter, one of the best pressure fighters, or probably the best pressure fighter of this generation, retired. Salute to them. And we still got Danny Silva Garcia going to be moving to the 154. But we got the phenom in the sport of boxing in Virgil Ortiz. Ooh, baby. Boots Ennis. Ooh, baby. And you got Conor Ben. Oh, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great, and maybe Josh Taylor going to be moving up next year to the welterweight division. They're going to make this welterweight division even more prestigious and more lucrative, right? Keith Thurman, who, aside from Manny Pacquiao, because he's a legend and he was fighting with a cemented legacy, who has done significantly more than Keith Thurman? I mean, we always say one time, you only fight one time. When's the last time he fought? Oh man, and things of that nature. He only fought, what, 2 times in the span of 4 years? Yeah, 2 times in the span of 4 years. What has everybody else done? What has everybody else achieved? Ladies and gentlemen, Earl the Truth Spence, last 2 opponents was back-to-back Sean Porter and Danny Silva Garcia. Guess what? Keith Thurman did that in 2016 through 2017. Following the blueprint of Keith Thurman, he still haven't done anything more significant than Keith Thurman other than defending his unification belt once, right? But Crawford, he's been in the welterweight division for what? 4 years. What have you done for me lately? The best probably possible opponent that he had took 4 years, and that was Sean Porter, a guy that Keith Thurman beat in 2016. We're going on the 5th year, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, a lot of people criticize Keith Thurman because of his inactivities and things of that nature, and people are just, don't give a damn about his injuries, and that's unfortunate because this is the sport of boxing. These are modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. They're not machines. They're human beings at the same time. They could get hurt. They could have injuries, and they can have surgeries as well. Nobody still have done anything more significant than Keith Thurman in the welterweight division aside from Manny Pacquiao. So the complaint should be going all around. If there's complaining about Keith Thurman, you complain about the same thing you complain about Keith Thurman, you complain about Earl Spence. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, the guys that we want to see fight the most, Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. I mean, look, even Manny Pacquiao he had the belt, right, the WBA, and he was on the side for almost 2 years, and they still didn't come. They did the Earl Spence and the Bud Crawford, the fight that everybody want to see, still didn't come through fruition. I mean, Bud Crawford right now, he's not with Top Rank, and hey, right now they could negotiate a fight. Ain't nobody standing in the way of Earl Spence, not even the IBF. Abdul Kokorov just lost this past weekend, so he got no IBF, and I thought for like 3 years, I thought that was going to hinder the fight that everybody want to see. Now, there is no IBF mandatory. Hey, the WBA Ugas, the Super WBA, the only guy that's being mandated, and I got a video for y'all because I see a lot of contradiction when it comes to mandatory, because a lot of people like to cry, oh my God, you're like, remember, John Marchello was mandatory, and Canelo Alvarez ducked his mandatory, he's supposed to fight his mandatory, Lomachenko ducked his mandatory with Devin Haney and things of that nature. Ain't nobody was talking about the mandatory with Abdul Kokorov, and now people is mad about the WBA because they cleaning house, right? Why you don't say, hey, you know what? Uga shouldn't fight Earl Spence for unification bout because it's mandatory. Stanionis deserves that shot. I mean, the Stanionis, you're not gonna complain if Ugas fights Earl Spence, right? You're not gonna complain if Ugas fights but Crawford. You're not gonna be no, you can't be ducking. You can't be ducking Stanionis. I see some contradictions going on. But anyway, that's a whole nother content that I'm gonna be talking more about. But I'm happy that Keith Thurman is back. He's the guy that knows how to self-promote, one of the best self-promoting fighters in the sport of boxing, alongside with Tyson Fury, alongside with guys like Conor Ben, alongside with even Teal. You know what I'm saying? These guys know how to promote and get people under their skin and things of that nature. But look, Adrian Broner, I think I'm happy for Keith Thurman. I'm a big fan of Keith Thurman. I'm willing to pay any money to see Keith Thurman, not because of who he's fighting, but because I want to see him fight. And to me, he is and was a special talent before the injury started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people want to call him the Derrick Rose or whatever. At the end of the day, I can't wait to see He's been in the gym for the whole year. He's been healthy for a whole year. Let's see what Keith One Time Thurman is going to do. Is he going to regain? Because if Keith One Time Thurman does his thing and knock out Mario Barry's, I already know that that's not even a surprise, people. But if Keith One Time Thurman is back in the mix, he's gonna be seen. I'm still one of the top dogs because y'all gotta beat me. Only Manny Pacquiao, the greatest, beat me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still one of the guys you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave the welterweight division without fighting Keith One Time Thurman. You know? I feel the same. I feel like that. But anyway, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.